welcome back to our channel. Welcome back to another video. All right, you guys. First summer budget of 2026. Y'all. Okay, we're doing it. We're doing it. All right, we're out here doing all the things. Yep, summer budget. And I'll say this, it wasn't as it was good, but then there was some things I did not expect. And there were some other things I didn't expect. And then there were some hard choices and things that we just had to decide, right? Okay. So for those of you who are new, hey y'all, how y'all doing? My name's Shakima. I'm a single mom. I have 4 children. None of my children, no, 2 of them live away from home. Another one could live away from home. And hey, friend. And Jackson is getting ready to go off to college. So I am in true getting ready to be an empty nested mode. I'm feeling all the things. But Alana and Jackson are still at home for now. I'm still paying all expenses. Sister does not help with expenses. That's never been our jam. But she will begin to pay something starting August, just so she's in the habit of learning how to, what bills will really be like. But here's the thing. So this is our first budget. And this is the very last year that they're going to be doing our summer cash. So again, just to recap, those of you who might be new, y'all like the video, share, subscribe. Let me know who's in the comments. I would love to know who's watching. And of course, I have not yawned until this camera came on. So, for 10 months, I work as a state employee at school, and we only get paid for 10 months. So for 2 months of the year, June and July, we have no paychecks unless you are involved in a summer cash program, which my bank, the credit union, pulls out a certain amount of money. I tell them how much I want pulled out. They chunk all of that into an account and they split it in half. From there, they give you half July 1st and you get half August 1st. And then if your account has built up any interest, they dump that in as well. So this year, my summer cash was $7,100 and some odd dollars. I don't remember. It should have been 8,000, but I borrowed a little bit at the very beginning because they changed my paycheck structure stuff. And I just was trying to catch up. So my thought was they were going to divide my pay or my summer cash 35 and 35. They did not do that. So when I got my notification yesterday morning, oh, it's the last working day. So June 30th, last working day of the month. Yesterday, they had dumped in $4,000. So that extra $500 was not allocated for next pay cycle. So I was between a rock and a hard place. What do? Do I move that $500 over and just let it ride for this month? Or do I need that money working for me up front? I ended up deciding to go ahead and just let the money roll because I was still paying off some expenses that I had incurred that I needed to go ahead and get paid off. Now, one of the things that I don't like to do is keep a credit card balance running. And so I had a car repaired this month that Shamika helped me with, but I still had some other expenses. And I ended up having a very large credit card bill. The decision now becomes, do I pay the credit card off or do I sink my sinking funds? Because that was what the bulk of the money was supposed to be for, was to sink the sinking funds. When I look at everything, I would prefer not to have any type of credit card debt, even though I've had to use my credit card. It's just how it is. So I made the decision to go ahead and pay my credit card off and not worry about my sinking funds for right now. I'm going to worry about sinking funds next month, and I'll worry about sinking funds starting in August. I'll be able to allocate a little bit more then. I still have to pay. I've got to pay my recycling bill. Gracie has a Gracie has her well checkup appointment tomorrow. I'm actually glad I said that because they send us a little 10% discount card, and I don't want to leave it here. So I'm putting that with my stuff. So her checkup is tomorrow. It was supposed to be in June, but I asked them could they push it out to July 1st because I knew I would get paid by then. And so I just made that decision to go ahead and pay my credit card off because I don't want to run a balance. I just don't. So before we left school, this probably was in May, before we left school for the end of the year, we got very excited hearing that North Carolina had passed a budget. Teachers are going to get 8% increase, about average 8% increase. Most of that increase was going to your earlier teachers, your veteran teachers like me. Hey, friend, good to see everybody. Your veteran teachers like me would probably get 2 to 3%, somewhere in there, maybe. There was going to be no back pay since we haven't had a raise since 2023, but this was going to be moving forward. In addition to that, in July, we are supposed to get a one-time bonus. If you make a certain amount of money, you're going to get $1,750. If you make above that number, you're going to get $1,000. So I was in line for the $1,750. Absolutely great, perfect. Gonna need that. Gonna use all of that money, put it in my savings account, bolster that up a little bit. Got a couple trips coming up. Trying to make sure that I can front load and pay for those trips. Happen to be looking at the news yesterday, day before yesterday, one of those days. North Carolina still has not passed the budget. So no bonus, no raise, no anything. And you're going to hear me talk about this in another video down the line. You'll see it. But I'm talking about it now. And I said that the sad part for me is really having to choose between whether I'm going to put gas in my car or I'm going to buy groceries this week, or whether I'm going to buy groceries this week or I'm going to have to pay for a medical bill because we had some medical stuff come up in the last little bit. So it's one of those things. I never thought it would come a day when I would, not in my recent past, that I would be worried about whether I would be able to pay for this or for that. And it is disheartening and disconcerting to me that as a educator of 27 years, I'm still, first of all, I'm looking for the bonus because remember I was supposed to do the 2 weeks of summer camp, which was going to be about half my paycheck for this month in June. That got canceled. So it's like everything is just falling through that you're planning on. That does give you a lot more time to really lean on Jesus. I understand that. But there is no but. That gives me a lot more time to lean on Jesus. What am I talking about? But there are no buts. It's just in your head where you're thinking, am I making my value? Sometimes you understand or you can see why people make a different professional choice, right? This may not be paying me what I think I deserve. I could work in a private sector and I could do a little bit different than what I'm doing here. I think somebody worked it out one time. If you opened up your own little private homeschool and you homeschool like 5 kids, you could make 6 figures charging by the week. If there, because you can school other people's kids that did not want to do the public situation. You could make 6 figures, and I don't make anywhere near that doing what I do. And so that is, again, like I said, disheartening and disconcerting sometimes to think that there have been moments when I've had to say, hey, we have food in the freezer, we're not going to buy anything this week. That's just one of those things. But anywho, we're still going to keep on keeping on and doing all the things. So let's jump into the budget. Hey, friends. Good. I'm glad y'all are here. I don't know why I have 2 of those open, but I do. Oh, yay. Maybe this is the one I want. Let's see. Let me make sure I got the right budget sheet open, because I have 2 of them open and I can't tell which one is which, but I'm going to find out. I'm going to learn today. Okay. All right, let me see. Nope, that ain't the right one. Let me see. Y'all tell me if you can see my sheet. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. I think we got it. All right. So this is my budget sheet. Now, typically in the summer, every other summer up until this summer, my monthly summer deposit, thank you, Rachel, and everybody else, thank y'all, is usually $1,965 because I only had $343 taken out of each paycheck. And so that was like 33, just a little bit about $4,000, just a little bit less than 4,000. So it'll be like $1,935. But this year I've got twice that, right? So $4,000. Now, kids' deposits will still come in, but I don't have anything for that. One mom revenue will come in, but I don't have anything for that. I don't believe, maybe I'm confused. I may have one travel reimbursement. I think. No, I got a travel reimbursement in June. So I'm done with all school stuff. And then any unexpected blessings, funds transferred, all of that. So for now, what I have is the $4,000 to deal with. Now, again, I was taking most of that money to put towards sinking funds. That is not possible because I had to pay a very high credit card bill. Now, did I use the credit card? Absolutely, I did. To pay for this thing or that thing. There was a lot of gas that needed to be purchased. We were back and forth with school stuff and graduation stuff and all the things. There were just lots of things that had to be done in the month of June. I'm so glad June is over. I don't know what to do with myself. However, so I'm choosing to pay my credit card off so I don't have any balance. And I'm worrying about sinking funds starting in August. That's just where it is. Now, my mortgage, today was the first. I'm so thankful that I did not forget to pay my bills. I already paid everything that needed to go out today. My mortgage at $993, I was able to pay $1,000, so $6.82 extra went to the principal. Now, when I went into my dashboard to look at my payoff, my home payoff, it was down almost another $1,000. So even though I'm paying tiny bits towards the principal now, last year I paid more, even though I'm only paying tiny bits towards the principal, and I'm going to try to bump that up next year, next school year starting. I'm going to try to bump that up at least to $100 extra. I'm going to do my best. Even though I'm only paying a little bit now towards the principal, it's still taking some of that off. It's slow but sure, and I'm glad for that. So I paid $1,000. My utilities was up $60 this month. Last month it was like $128. Now it was $188. And so I was able to go ahead and pay that. I did have to explain to my children. We were having a conversation in the car. And I think when you have lived and you've never had to be responsible for the bills, you really don't understand how the bills work. You just wake up in the morning, do what you got to do, and just go on about your merry little way. So I'm explaining to my kids why these lights left on. Why is this? Why? I said, we have peak hours. Peak hours are between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. when everybody is trying to get ready for work, take a shower, get your clothes together, and get out the house. They're charging us more now for peak hours because we're going to use the electricity no matter what because we're home for the summer. We got away with it during the school year. For at max, we were using about an hour. Jack's up at 6:30, no, he's out the door at 6:45. I'm out the door by 7:15. And so those last couple hours, we're not being charged because we're not here all day. We're here all day now. And so I have to be able to manage. That was a $60 jump. I know for some people that's not a ton. And for some of y'all, your bills are twice and three times what I pay. But when I'm looking at what I normally pay versus a $60 jump, that's a lot for me. And I'm like, okay, I'm not real sure how we got here, but we are here. The other thing is your water and sewer, right? So water and sewer, right now we are on a, what do I call it? We are on a water where you can't run the water, like a freeze. I forget what they call them, but they are threatening to shut people's water off if they do not adhere to the water advisory. Don't run your water at certain times. Now I'm an even number, so I can do Wednesday, Friday, and I think Sunday. Those are the 3 days that I can do water. I got a whole garden out there that I'm trying to keep alive. It grossly cuts into my water usage, but again, my water bill is slightly higher than what it has been traditionally at $106.58. I paid the cell phone bill at $45. Now, this month and next month will be the last month that Jackson pays his own cell phone bill because he will not be working. He will be in college full time. So I will absorb his cell phone bill again, unless he finds a little part-time job at college. I'll be taking on his cell phone bill. Mr. Jerome came and cut the grass at $120. Now, Mr. Jerome will get paid a little extra this month because he has to do some other work for me. In the back of my house, I have a perimeter where the fence line, and then we have a tree line, and then I've got trees in the back and just some other stuff there. Those places grow up saplings, little trees, blah, 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 all those things. Mr. Jerome does an excellent job coming through to get all that stuff out for me. So there's no critters, no snakes, nothing in my yard. And so I have enjoyed him being able to do that, so I don't have to do it. And of course, Jack's not helping me do that. Water restriction. Thank you, ma'am. I could not get that word out. Restrictions. And so he'll be coming back in to help me with that at some point this month. And then he's also going to do a mount for me on the side where my we have a big water hose that we got from Vigo Gardens. And so I need to get him to put another mount. I have one on one side, and then I had to get the other hose from my sister because she had not used it yet. And he's going to put another mount for me because right now it's just cattywampus in the yard, and I don't need it like that. So I'm going to have more expense with Mr. Jerome. My recycling renewal is due. It's actually about 10 days overdue because it was due like the 21st. I need to call tomorrow or go online and just pay that. But that cost is like $213. I don't know if I'm going to continue with recycling. I just don't know, y'all. But when you map it out, it's about $20, maybe $18, $17 a month or something like that. It's not terrible, but that $213 at one time. Again, that's what the sinking funds are for. So by this time next year, I won't be having all of this because I'll have started the sinking funds. My Roth IRA still comes out automatic withdrawal at $75, which I'm glad it does because I don't have to think about it. That would be another thing that I would have said, hey, I'm not worried about it. Now, somebody was concerned that I was not funding my Roth. This is a second Roth. There's nothing to do with my work. This is something outside of work. I have a retirement account at work, but this is something totally different. I'm going to have to work for the next 15 years anyway. It's not even going to matter, y'all. I'll be working till I'm 65, if not more than that. After I retire, I'll be working for a long time because I won't even be able to draw my retirement. I'll retire at 52. I'll be working. But this is a separate Roth IRA account, not my work. Because I know somebody's like, Shakima, please fund it. That's something different. Healthways gym is $29. Y'all, I had the biggest issue at the gym the other day, and it really hurt my feelings. It hurt my feelings. I think that's what I was mad. I was angry. I was mad. My feelings were just hurt. And it was something that's so trivial. It's probably these emotions, these hormones, the financial struggle. It's probably when my cortisol is up. I've been trying to figure out why is my cortisol up? Because I don't have stress. Yes, I do. This economic situation has caused me a ton of stress. A ton of stress. When I was editing some videos today and I looked at myself, y'all, you can tell I gained 30 plus pounds back. I was like, Shakima, what in the world? This is just where it is. Life is where it is. But it's this financial struggle. My hormones are all out of whack. So I know it's showing in my face. My face is round and it used to be more slim and sleek, but this is where it's coming from. But the gym, I went to the gym. I scanned in, and it scanned as Jackson. So we had this issue last year. I was paying for Jackson's gym, but I had gotten a new card. My card had expired and I got a new card. You know how that happens. So I called the gym, but the gym still was taking out the money with the old card. I guess they just had access to the account, right? So I called and I was being a responsible person. I said, hey, y'all, I got a new card. Just want to put that one on file. When we put that new card on file, it messed the whole system up. So every time I would go to the gym, it would have me scanning in as Jackson. Well, I thought it was fixed because the guy had caught it and he was working on it, whatever the case. Well, I went the other day and I went and did my workout and everything. So I'm leaving, and the guy at the desk, he's like, hey, so just want to look and see, could you go in your app and scan in for me again? So I scanned in. I go to the gym every single day, every day. And this guy's sitting at the desk. This is how they don't, be paying you no attention because you just anybody. And so it scanned up again as Jackson. And he's like, are you using this email? I said, yes, this is the email. Now, this is what really took me there. I'm a 50-year-old woman. I'm well educated. I'm well spoken. I'm nice and kind. I don't go in there and bother nobody. I don't say any words to anybody when I go in that gym. I'm not there for social hour. I'm not standoffish or rude. I just let people do what they do. I'm going to do what I do. And he's talking to me like I'm a 2-year-old. So he's like, well, can I see it? So I give him my phone. My face is right there. Big old Shakima face. And he's like, well, it keeps scanning Jackson. I said, well, sir, I don't know how you got that. I'm the parent, right? He's like, well, yeah, we just been having problems when these parent and kids account. Okay, is that my fault or your fault? Like, whose issue is that? He's like, well, I don't know what to tell you. You're the one who said there's a problem. You should be fixing it. So is there a corporate who does all this? Can we call them? Maybe they'll know. So now he's upset because I'm questioning you back. You questioning me. I'm questioning you. Let's have a discourse. Let's discuss. And I said, well, I've been here every single day. Who has issues? He's like, well, the owner. Okay. So why is the owner not over here talking to me? Why are you talking to me? Because evidently you don't know what you're doing. Where he at? So he goes and talks to the owner. He comes back. He says, well, I'm going to fix this. I'm going to just give you a scan card, one of those little scanning things. Now, here's the thing. Now that ticked me off too, because this is not your process. When I first joined this gym, you wanted us to join the app. I don't have enough space on my phone for any more apps. But for you needed the app. I gave you the app. But now you want to give me a little scanny thing. What happens if I lose the scanny thing? Well, you just have to get a new one. Oh, this is not your process, sir. You're changing the process now because you don't know how to fix this problem. So long story short, I just said, very good. I'll take the little scanny thing. No problem. Great. Because here's the thing. I said, well, so he's like, do you want to cancel Jackson's account? I said, because I already said he's going to college. We are going to not need this account. But in order to cancel it, it's going to cost me $50. I didn't have $50 at the time. That was a couple weeks ago when I had mentioned to the owner, hey, Jackson's going to be going to college. He's not going to need this account. I will need to cancel it. What do I need to do? He's like, well, you can put it on pause for 2 months, but then it's going to kick right back in, or you can cancel it. But it still was a $50 fee that I did not have at that time. And anyway, I'm paying for the gym. I am going to cancel Jackson's gym. As soon as I get a kid's deposit, I'm canceling his gym because I'd rather pay the $50 than to keep paying $30 every month when he's not even going to be here to use it. He'll be where he is. He can do the gym there, and we have a gym in the garage, and he can go outside. Just live your best life. Because he's not on the special thing anyway, like I am and Alana is, because he's not old enough. You have to be 18. So I'm going to cancel his gym. So you're probably going to see his gym come out plus a cancellation fee, which just adds on more money. But at least it will be done, right? At least I hope it will be done. We'll see. All right, moving on. This don't even need to say high school no more. Let's say college. Look at us. We're getting ready to say college sinking fund. So Jackson will be on a eating plan, a meal plan. He will have a certain amount of meal swipes per week plus a certain amount of spending money for the semester. And so because he will not necessarily, I'll put money in that account for him, the same money I've been putting in for his clothes and all those types of things until he finds himself a job or whatever the case is. He is working this summer and he is chunking all his money into savings. I said chunk it because you may have to break that money down a little bit by little bit. He should get a refund. $1,200 is for the health plan. He has private health insurance, so we are going to take that off. He should be able to get that $1,200 back, and then I think he gets another $900 back. We do have to buy books, so we will have to buy books with some of that, but whatever is left, we're going to divide that up by the months, and that'll be his spending money. That's what you got. That's what it is, because I'm not going to try to be doing a whole lot, but I'll save what I have been normally saving for him just to put in his account like I've been doing. Netflix will come out at $20. Now, here's where I had some issues because I had not planned for groceries for the summertime. I was thinking, hey, I'll have a little extra money. I can buy groceries, right? I just didn't I didn't save like I did before where I'd had, the $50, $75, $100 per month. And I just had money, cash to do groceries. So I had to put groceries in. $250 is $50 a week. And I went ahead and got that out in cash. I did my monthly preps for $50 because I like to do my Dollar General couponing. And so I got that out in cash. I did go and get my nails and my toes done today. I'm still doing that for right now. My bill was $85. I left a $15 tip, and that was just how it went. For right now, I'm keeping it in. If I need to take it out, I'll just take it out. It'll be perfectly fine. I lost 3 nails this time. Last time I lost 3 nails, and I figured I could take them all off and just start from scratch, but they were looking pretty raggedy. And so I did go and get my nails done today for the month. Doctor's off. Okay, Jackson had to get a prescription. So Jackson and sister were not at home with me for several days. They were out off gallivanting and doing senior. I've graduated and all the things. And they were out of state, and he had an earache. And so I was like, okay, we need to find an urgent care somewhere because you don't need to be in pain. Well, in order for him to go to urgent care, it was going to be $200. And so I was like, well, darn, okay, $200. Dang, okay, fine. We'll just take it out of the savings account. I've been saving that money. I didn't have it in my own account. I was going to have to take it from somewhere. So he was like, well, Mom, don't worry about it. I'm taking the Tylenol, Motrin stuff. I'm fine for right now. So I had called the doctor and I asked her, I said, well, he's not here. What do you want me to do? I always try to check with her because I don't want to, she might say something different. So she was like, Shakima, just send him to urgent care. So he said he was fine. So she's like, well, if he doesn't have a fever, he can come in Monday or Tuesday. So I took him in Monday. and he needed to get a prescription. He ends up with swimmer's ear. He has not been swimming. We don't know how he got swimmer's ear. She said maybe from the shower or something like that. But we ended up having to pay a get the medication fee, and that was $15. Sliding down where it says supplements, my Wegovy should renew. I'm expecting any day now for them to say, hey, it's time to renew for the next level. Haven't gotten that yet, and I'm prayerful it stays at the 149. Anything outside of that is going to tax me. It's going to challenge my budget. The 149, I can kind of eat that. And if I needed to take that out of my nails and just add it there for now, I would do it. Once September comes, my benefits card will open back up again. And so I'll at least be able to do 5 months on my benefits card if I keep it at the $750 that I usually have been putting on there. So I should be able to at least do 5 months just using my benefits card if it stays at the 149. I am traveling this month. I did not put travel expenses there to be about $1,000. I do have to travel some, and so that is just the way it is. I'm prayerful. Some ministry blessings will come. I got a blessing yesterday. I woke up to a small little love offering, and it was very helpful. It's always helpful, but I am a self-pay, right? I don't have a church. I don't have a congregation that pays tithe or pays my salary or pays at least insurance or traveling or anything like that. So I'm self-pay. So whatever comes in, I gotta figure that part out. So I will use my credit card to pay my expenses. My plane ticket has been paid for. It's just my room and a rental car, but that's still going to be some expense. So I'll just go ahead and pay that, and then I'll pay that off next month. I'll use the card that has the later pay date, since everything will be at a zero balance. I use that card that has a later pay date to do those charges. My room is booked. I don't have my rental car booked yet, but I do need to do that. Jackson gets savings, $100. Gracie has to go for her checkup, and then they both need their heartworm, tick, and flea medication. That's going to be about $270, $80. So I just rounded it up at $300. She goes tomorrow. They'll give me a little 10% discount on certain things, and so maybe it won't be as much. My credit card was a $985. It just was a lot of expense. It was this thing and that place and going here and doing this, and all the kids were home and everybody. And when my kids are here, I want to be able to take on the brunt of things. They're grown, all of them. Never would ask me for anything, but I ended up paying for the girls. Dad paid for the boys, and then I had to pay for this, and then I went and done this, and then we did bowling and blah, blah, blah. We did all the things. And so it was just my moment to pay for things. And it was just the way it is. So again, I made that choice knowing I would have a little extra chunk in there. Either I'm going to do the sinking funds, or I'm going to pay off the credit card. And I just chose to pay off the credit card. It has been paid. It's already done. It got paid yesterday. No problem. Now, y'all do me a favor, like the video, share, do all the things. There are 53 of y'all in here. Well, thank y'all so much for being here. But do like the video. That just helps push us out into the algorithm. For gas, $200. There are 5 Tuesdays. I think there are only 4 Wednesdays, but still. No, there are 5 Wednesdays. Got to be, because I broke that down. $200 for gas. Now, I'm not driving a lot, but gas is still $3 and some, almost $4 still a gallon here. And so I think I went somewhere the other day, and I only got 5.5 gallons of gas, and I think I almost put $30, $35, $40. And my tank is I think it's 13-gallon tank. So gas is still slightly expensive. And even though I'm not traveling a ton, it does cost me some gas. Now, I will be very honest and transparent and say, my boyfriend and I have seen each other this month more than we've seen each other any month since we have been, well, in June, since we have been dating. Part of that is I'm on summer break, because when we met, it was at the end of school, was already back in session last year when we met in August, and we went on our first date in September. So we didn't have any summer time together. This was my first summer being out, And so again, I'm helping to split the difference with him. He does not mind coming. He does not mind driving. He is perfectly fine with that. He works in a situation where he has to be where he is a lot, especially during these months. And so I'm trying to split that gap and meet him halfway. That way he's not having to come totally, and I'm not having to not see him. So I am spending a little bit more in gas from just going. Now, once school starts back up, it will not be like that because I have 5 Wednesdays. Thank you, ma'am. I have school, and so my schedule will not be as flexible. I do like having a flexible summer schedule. He was saying to me the other day, I wish I was off for the summer. Okay, but you chose what you chose, and I chose what I chose. So that's just where we are. Can't fight that. I mean, it is what it is. So again, I'm trying to make it equitable for both of us. Can he pay gas for my car? Sure, he could. But again, we're not at that level. That's not my husband. That's my boyfriend. And so I don't accept anything from him other than, well, he buys me shoes. Shoes are a thing. It's just a thing. And he buys meals. I'll accept the meals, and I can't make him not buy the shoes. That's a whole nother level of, he heard something that I talked about. And anytime he'll call me, he says, something's coming to your house. Okay, very good. I've learned after the first time to just let it go. I think I have about 20 or 25 pairs of shoes. And he always says, more where that came from. Like, well, alrighty then. Okay. But so I'm paying a little bit more in gas. My car insurance is $170. Now I should be getting some passive income from my paper Sunday. If you use my link, thank you so much. There's enough in there that's supposed to be coming on the 7th of the month that should take care of that car insurance. And then there was enough in holding that should take care of it for next month. So I know I'm a month behind. We'll make it up at some point. But for right now, that's how I'm going to work that car insurance and not worry about it. Any shoes, girl. It be the shoes. It be the shoes. Shamika's like, Mom, can we get on the payroll? Listen, I didn't ask for the shoes. I don't know. He just has a thing in his mind, and it's going to be what it is. So follow me. I did pay for my global pastors network was $75. I did that. That gave me a total expenses of $3,264.92, leaving me with $735 to spend. Now, that looks like a big number. It's not. $300 of that is Gracie. Plus they're both the dog stuff, right? So that takes me to $400. Then I've got to do my Netflix. The gems have not come out. My Wagovi is another $150. So by the time all of those things come out, we are really at the barest of bones. It's all done. It's all gone. There is nothing else. Now, there'll be some other things that will come in and populate in, kids deposits, blah, 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 all of those types of things. And I'm thankful for it. However, that's just not where, it's not a huge overage like there have been in previous months. One of you lovelies, my friend Dawn, she put me on to kind of maybe a side hustle. I just have to do some research for that. The way she explained it, it's very good. It's something I can do around my own schedule. It does require me to go to different places, but I still get to make my own hours, and I am my own person. And so I am going to take some time to delve into that because, like I said, child support will end in about 10 months. And I know that it's coming to an end. I understand that we are where we are, and life is going to be what it's going to be. So there we are with the budget for now. And hey, listen, we're doing all of the things, right? We're doing all of the things. We're doing some house projects. I actually, one of my smoke detectors is malfunctioning. And so because that's malfunctioning, I have to get a new one. I went to look today, and those things are $50, $60 a piece. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 4 of those in here at $60 a piece. That's $240. So you have to have that household expenses sinking fund because things like that just happen, right? We were in here, one beep means the battery's low, two beeps means you need to change your whole detector. And the thing about it is, I got to find that particular brand because they're all that brand, or I got to change them all out so that they all are the same brand and they all smoke detectors and carbon monoxide. And so it's just a little bit more expensive. So I went to Lowe's today, could not find it. And I'm going to have to look it up on Amazon to see if they have that same brand because they did not have that Lowe's. So it's those little dynamical things that somehow and sometimes just keeps you close to the Lord. It keeps you close to the Lord. I'm really trying to get everything I can out of my garden to help with those expenses as well. I need to get some more canning jars. I need canning jars like I need a new job, and they are expensive. And I just keep recycling what I have, but I keep giving stuff away and people forget to give me my jars back. And then I'm buying new jars. And, it's just a lot of different things. But in all of that, God still is on the throne. His hand has not lost its power. He's still going to make sure my kids and I are taken care of. How do you know, Shakima? Because he's taken care of us this far. He's never going to leave me. I know that. I just have to stop stressing over it. I got to put into practice all the things I know. I want a side job. Somebody gave me something I can do. I just need to now do the research, figure out all the bits and bobs that I need to do. I can do what I need to do. I think relatively short amount of time, and just do it because I'm going to have to do it. As no other option outside of it. It's going to have to be done. And so it's just a matter of making myself do all of the things, right? So many things are changing at one time that it can be overwhelming at times. But I'm not defeated. God is still with us. He's still going to help us do all the things. I think my YouTube income was a little bit more than it was last month for this past month. And so in the next month, I'm just going to keep uploading videos. I think we got 8 videos in there now. We're filming one and we'll go and film another one. So that'll be 10 videos. And I'm just trying to get stuff out. Some people can do 1 or 2 videos a week. That's not my life. I try to do at least 3 if I can, if I remember. It's just my brain. And I thought about this too the other day. And this is where I really have to understand who I am and know me, right? I got to know me and I got to know what God said. So I told y'all I have to travel this month for a pastor's conference. Perfect. For that pastor's conference, it's going to be about $1,000 between the room, the rental car, the flight is paid for, but that was a bit spicy as well. In my brain, I thought, and this is real. This is a real thing, y'all. You got to understand. I'm just telling you my real stuff. I thought, well, Shakima, if you just go online and do a teaching and put your Cash App up, somebody will do something for your Cash App, maybe. And immediately, y'all, the Holy Spirit was like, oh, really? That's all you got to do. Just pull something out your behind, preach something, and then put your Cash App up. I have not been out here. I have not been teaching. I was like, oh no, the devil would not get me out here pimping the gift just because I'm a little tight in an area. Oh no, it better be from the Lord before you start jumping up out here talking about, oh, God gave me a word. You better be very sure, because people do that quite often. And it is that simple. When you get a following behind you, you just start throwing out your Cash App. When I see people do that, I'm like, oh, indeed. I'm going to trust God. If he tells me to preach something, I'll preach it. But I had someone ask me to come and speak, right? I had 2 engagements. One was this month and that got canceled. That's perfectly fine. I am A-okay. And then I had somebody call me this past weekend and asked me about coming at a specific point in August. And I was like, oh, sure. Yes. Absolutely. And you get a little something from that because I've spoken for them before, and it hit me in my mind. Nope, can't do it that weekend. Jackson's got moved in for college, and we don't know if it's going to be Saturday or Sunday. And I got to be ye also ready if it's on Saturday, and be ye also ready if it's on Sunday. If it's on Saturday, we're staying over till Sunday. And if it's on Sunday, then of course we'll just make the day of it. But I could not commit, so I had to call them back real quick. And I was like, hey, I can't do it. I'm so sorry. And again, Holy Spirit just comes back and he says, we're going to get there, but you ain't got to do none of these things for me to bless you. You ain't got to go out here and pimp yourself out thinking, okay, well, I'm going to just go preach here and preach there and preach here and preach here and preach. And then people going, you wait, and I'm going to take care of all the things. It may not be how I think it should be. It may not happen when I think it should happen, but I know this to be true. It's always going to happen. And so that was a quick little, he had to grab me up real quick. I was like, well, thank you, Lord, for helping. Because you know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you out here in ministry, the lights, the camera, the glam, all that can get you caught up in a trick bag. And I pray to the Lord that I never get caught up in that. Just, I'm gonna sit myself down somewhere and be quiet. I heard somebody say one time, a full-grown woman, she said, I'm a little child in the spirit. That's how I feel. That sign me up for little child. Sign me up for children's church in the spirit, because I'm a little girl. I'm not out here trying to act like I'm somebody. I'm not out here trying to act like I'm nobody. You will not catch me on the wrong side of the Lord, not where that's concerned. Not Shakima. So I said all that to say, he's going to take care of us, and we're going to be perfectly fine. But y'all, there it is. That's the video. Y'all was getting ready to get some videos, right? Y'all gonna see some stuff. The kids and I, we working. We doing little projects here and there, little few things here and there, getting things done. It's slow but sure. It's slow but steady. I had thought I was gonna do a lot more this summer, but I've just been, my June has been really, really busy. July is a little slower. Praise the Lord. And I'm hoping it stays that way, just because I need to get a few things done to make me feel better, to maybe kind of lessen some of my cortisol a little bit. But anywho, I hope y'all get your budgets together. Listen, whether you have the money or not, as long as you have what you think is coming in and out, you at least have somewhere to start from. That's the best I know how to tell you. I like to see my budget. I like to see where I am. I've even felt bad sometimes, because there have been a time or two when I've picked up the meal for my boyfriend and I. He always pays. He never looks at me like, you got your half? Ever. Never. He got it. And there's been once or twice when I've wanted to pay and I didn't have the money to pay. And I just said, hey, listen, he said he likes taking me out, so I guess he taking me out, right? I always want to be able to do my part, but it's just one of those seasons, and we're okay. So anywho, y'all, I gotta go. I'm supposed to be outside right now doing a project. Am I outside? I am not. My kids are so thankful for this video. They do not want me to be outside. But it's cooler now, and it's a good time to get out there. But alas, I will not be out there until tomorrow. But there it is. Thank y'all so much for stopping by. Do us a favor, like the video, share, subscribe, do all of the things. And as things come in, we'll come back and let y'all know what the Lord has done, because he does things for us over here, and I'm thankful for it. So anywho, I love you guys. Thank y'all for everybody that has hyped my videos. I know I got a little notification that some people have been hyping the videos. I don't know anything. I think I got the hype a video. Somebody else I was watching, I was like, oh, hit this button, and it did something. I was excited because I got a chance. I don't even know what any of that means, but go with God and get there safely. I love y'all. Thank you so much for stopping by, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye, everybody. Thank y'all for joining me.